Dang. I knew this style was going to be fire when I had to put my back into it like that. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be doing this cute two-braid style. And it has a little design in it. So I'm starting off. Yes, my daughter is breaking down her hair. They got to get to work, too. I'm not just doing your hair, baby. So we're going to start with a middle part. That's how I start the base of most of my styles. This gives you a nice, even canvas. Now that I got that middle part going, I'm going in to start creating my heart. Okay, imagine your comb is a pen. Imagine your comb is a pencil or a crayon. You're going to pretty much draw out your shape. So let's just say you wasn't doing a heart. It could have been any other shape. You want to try to use the comb as if it was a pen, and you want to draw out your shape. Get everything nice and even. As you can see, I'm continuing to go over and over and over and over again until I get it to perfection. That's how you do it. You don't want to rush. Take your time and keep doing it until you get it to your likings. So now I'm coming around to where I feel I'm satisfied with the heart, and I'm just sectioning off the other hair so it won't be in my way. Now I'm going in with my shining jam, and I'm just going to break open that heart shape, and I'm going to add the jam in between the entire shape. Now that I got it all in, I'm going to start adding jam on the outside. You want to make sure it is completely saturated so it can be nice and smooth. Use your fingers and the comb to smooth it out. You want to be pretty aggressive so you can get it nice and sleek. So now that it's all smoothed out, I'm going to go ahead and start braiding it up. So just like any other braid, you want to start with 3 sections. So I parted out my 3 sections, and I'm going to braid it just like a regular traditional plait. This is pretty simple. I would just say make sure your fingers stay close together and try to keep it fairly tight because you want this part to be slick, smooth, and well put together. Okay, the shape needs to be shaping, the design needs to be designing, okay? This is about, I say, the most important part. You know, this is the fun part of the style, so you want this part to be right. So take your time, make sure you use product, and even as you're braiding down, you want to grab a little bit of that product and add it onto the braid just to keep it nice and smooth. So now I'm done with that braid, and again, I'm continuing to use my finger to smooth everything out. Okay, and boom, I like it, I love it. So now I'm going in and I'm adding another heart. This part is optional. You could add more hearts. You could have did 1 heart. Like I said, you can do a different design if you choose. Whatever you do, you just, again, want to take your time and make sure you get everything as neat as possible. And these parts will be pretty repetitive, so I'm doing the same exact thing that I did with the first heart, which is added that product all in between and all on the outside. And then I'm smoothing it out, and I'm going in and braid it just like a basic plait. And the direction that you choose for the heart shape to go is all optional. Okay, that's the fun part about doing hair. There's no one way to do something. You can get creative. Maybe something sparked in you from seeing a style. You add your little razzle dazzle to it, and boom, you came up with a masterpiece. Okay, that second heart is perfected. Now moving on to the third. And I'm not going to go in and explain this because it is, like I said, repetitive. I did the same steps that I did on the first heart for all the other hearts. Alright, so now that all the middle hearts are complete, or my middle design is complete, I went ahead and added the middle part. I did a zigzag part. As you can see, you could do it straight or whatever your heart desire. So now what I'm doing is the section for the 2 braids. I'm going in and I'm smoothing out that section. So kind of like I did for the hearts, I'm just going to break down each section and I'm going to add shining jam and smooth the section out. When you're doing braids like this, 2 braid styles, you can't be afraid to be just a tad bit aggressive. You need to put your muscle into it. Use your hand to smooth out the section if you want it to be really flat, neat, and smooth. I also have a video on my page showing you more in detail how you get the sleekest 2 braids. So make sure you go back and check that out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Come on, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can join the family and you won't miss out on these cute hairstyles we're gonna be bringing. So y'all, look at me, about to break the girl neck down. Okay, I'm serious about this braid being smooth. I want it to be very flat and very neat. So now I'm adding some edge booster to the outside and I'm just getting everything in position to start my braid. And the ends of the plaits are going to be added into the braid. So go ahead and get those in position as well before you start braiding. So now I'm doing a basic braid. I didn't know if I wanted to stitch these at first or if I wanted them to be a basic feed-in braid, but I think I started to decide to stitch it. So you'll see me starting to create those stitch lines. And I do have a more detailed video on my page of how I create the stitch effect and also how I feed in hair. So here you see I take the hair and I feed it in between my pointer and my thumb finger. I braid on, and then when I come back around, I add in that extra piece that I left out. So this is just the way that I taught myself to feed hair in. I know there are many different techniques and ways out there of doing things. So look, don't shoot me. This is just how I do it. So again, you see that I added it right in between my pointer and my thumb. I braid it on just like I would normally braid on. And when I turn my hand over to braid the other side, I'm going to add in that little piece of hair that was right there that was sticking out from when I added in the braiding hair. And I just pretty much repeat this over and over. Look, pointer and thumb, I grabbed it. I'm going to braid on. And when I switch my hand back, I'll add in the next piece. So this is another one of those things where it's pretty repetitive. Like once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to flow fairly easily. And if you feel like I'm moving too fast or not being detailed enough on the braids, don't forget to go check out my video on my channel where I show you more into detail how I do 2 braids, how I feed in the hair and make it slick. Also how I do the stitch technique. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm the type that likes to have my 2 braids very close to the ear or to the front of the head. As you can see, it almost looked like I braided up her ear. Now, when you get to the very end of the braid, make sure you're using plenty of jam and product to make sure that the client's natural hair is blending good with the braiding hair. So now I'm taking my rat tail comb and my shining jam and I'm just touching up on the braids. I'm smoothing it out even more. Any flyaways or any areas I seen that, you know, were not intact, I just used my comb to clean that up. So now we're going in on the other side for the other braid. And here you see I'm just combing out her baby hairs because look, you can't forget that. Okay, it's all about the baby hairs in this generation, so please don't forget these folks' baby hair. Make sure you ask your client what they prefer so you can get it to their likings. And on this braid, I use the same exact technique I use for the other braid with smoothing by breaking down sections, taking my time, adding that product on both sides of the braids. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that other braid, and I'll be right back after. So now for the ends, y'all bear with me on this part because I tried my best to show y'all the best way I can. We're doing it curly. So I took a piece of braiding hair and I lined it up with the end of the braid. And I'm just going to wrap it around a few times in the same spot to lock in the hair. Then I'm going to diagonally twist it. It's going to kind of look like a regular twist, okay? I'm about to show you all. It's going to look kind of like a regular twist by the time you wrap the hair around a few times. You see that? Looks like a regular twist. And you're going to continue to do that until you get all the way to the end of the braid. So now whatever little piece you have hanging out, you just want to hold that piece. And then on the other side, the hair that you added, you want to pull it. And you'll see it begin to stretch up. I learned this from working at an African braid shop. And I'm going to have to make it up to y'all. And I'm going to do a more detailed video on how to do these curls at the end. Because I feel like the camera angle wasn't good enough. So I'll do a remake. But you want to dip it in hot water. And you don't have to do the curls like this. You can use rods or you could do it straight. Once you dip it in hot water, you want to clip the end of it. Because I did tie a knot at the end. I clipped that knot off. And I'm just going to unravel that braiding hair that I used to curl it. And boom. Look at that. A nice bouncy curl. All right, moving on to the baby hair. I'm doing the same technique that I've been using. Take the flat irons and give it already that natural curl. So when you go in with your edge control, I'm using the edge booster, it will already have a natural curly shape. So that's the idea behind flat ironing the edges. It's so that it can already have that natural curly shape and it will be a little bit easier to shape. And again, take your time. Take your time. Okay, I don't know what you're in a rush for. If you was running behind, I'm sorry. But if you want your style to come out perfected, you have to take your time. And boom, look, this way to get you. It's so cute. It is so cute. Look at her. So it's just looking like a regular basic two-braid style, but it has the little razzle-dazzle spice up in the middle with the 3-heart design. Okay, this will be cute for any occasion. Any occasion. And listen, if it's quick and cute, I'm here for it, okay? So, yeah. And again, switch it up, do some different design, make it your own, but either way, it's going to be super cute and super easy. I hope you all were able to get some type of insight or inspiration out of this video. And again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next video. We hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace be.